Hello, all Virgo, Sun and Rising. Welcome to your astrology forecast for April 2022. It is best that you watch your rising sign first for more accuracy because it is based upon a chart for a Virgo rising. But you can find further clarity and further information by watching your sun sign. So, with that being said, Virgo, starting with Saturn, which has been in Aquarius for quite some time now, in your sixth house. It's moved in and out, but for the most part, it's been there and will continue to be there until next year, 2023. And so a lot of the themes from Saturn being in this position in your chart has been going on for some time now. You might have felt it come to a head during the month of March, but especially in the beginning of April, you will feel pretty much the concluding force that Saturn is basically on course for. It's going through the second half of its time that it's going to spend in Aquarius in your sixth house. And then, like I said, by next year, it's going to be moving out. So it's basically it is and will wrap up everything that it's doing in your sixth house, which deals with your health, your work, and we're talking about the labor type of work, the labor in your work, as opposed to a career or something like that. It's dealing with employees or people that you hire for service. And so however it plays out for you, according to your sixth house, Saturn is basically in its throes of wrapping it up. And so with that, and with Mars being there until mid-April with Saturn, there will be a moment where they will conjunct. I believe it'll be the first week of April. Saturn and Mars will conjunct in this house. And so you will feel the final throw of conflict, the final throw of just having to have that moment of disagreement in order to have a conclusion, whether it be, okay, this disagreement shows some places where you may be personally lacking, or maybe the other person is lacking, and everyone can come to recognize that and say, okay, this is what we can do to do better, and these are some solutions, and we go forward. Or it's saying, hey, this is all I needed to know, that maybe it's not best that we work together, or maybe this is not good for my health, and I need to get back on course that is best for my health or best for my working relationships and working and just job in general. What's best for you in that suit. So you may have had moments in which you had to find peace, where you had to go within, where you had to really trust your instinct and your intuition when making decisions during this time, moving into April, when dealing with one-on-one relationships and with dealing with people that you work with, and possibly also a love or romantic partner, having conflicts there to really strengthen the relationship and create healthy boundaries there. Some of you might have even had someone come into your life that has helped you with your health pursuits, like what you're trying to do for yourself physically to better yourself. So that's cool. Neptune has been in Pisces. Excuse me. Neptune has been in Pisces for a very long time and will continue to be there until around 2025, 2026. So this energy is generational type of energy. And like I said, it's been there for some time. We've been dealing with it, and it's going to have its moment in the sun, kind of, if you want to say so, when it is conjunct Jupiter, which has entered Pisces in your seventh house a little while ago. But Neptune will be conjunct Jupiter on April 12th. Venus is going into Pisces on April 5th. And Mars will join all of these planets on April 14th. So there's going to be a lot of heavy energy in your seventh house. in Pisces with all these planets being there. So your seventh house is going to be highly highlighted during this time and moving forward into May. So with these planets being there, partnerships are definitely going to be forefront. Talking business partnerships, legal partnerships, marriages, friendships, whatever one-on-one relationships you have with people, whether it be people who are intimate to you or just the public in general. Those one-on-one relationships is going to be highlighted. Legal matters will definitely be highlighted, and you might find good luck. Good luck in that area as far as legal matters go. If you have a lawsuit or whatever the case may be, you might find that you're going to experience quite some, moments of good fortune during the month of April and moving forward, just because of all this energy being in your seventh house. At the end of the month, April 30th, we have a partial solar eclipse in Taurus, which is your ninth house of higher education, far, distance travel, foreign relations, stuff like that. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, all that good stuff deals with the ninth house, which is where we're going to have that partial solar eclipse. Okay, Virgo rising, I would love to know, because Saturn, like I said, is going to be there for the rest of the year, but specifically for, I'm going to keep that, for April, it's funny, it's the 3 of fire, or 3 of exploration, as it is on this card, and it is Sun and Aries. Funny. Spirit is such spirit, man. You can always have fun with spirit. I don't care. So for Virgo rising during the month of April, what challenges? Because Saturn, is going to be there in their 6th house in Aquarius. So what, which Aquarius actually softens the energy of Saturn. When it's there, because it enjoys being there. So the harshness of Saturn gets softened a little bit. So we're all kind of like getting a breather. So anyways, but there's still going to be challenges. There's still going to be setbacks, delays, obstacles there, always. So with Saturn, Virgo rising, what are some major obstacles, challenges, delays that Virgo needs to be aware of in the month of April? One more card. That's crazy. One more card. Ooh, just one. You got a lot coming. Yeah, I get it. You got a lot coming your way, Virgo. Okay. Don't be indecisive on the bottom. 5 of air. Defeat. So definitely don't be indecisive when it comes to what you experience from your intuition. Your intuition is not going to lead you astray. But you have to trust in it, right? And usually your intuition, especially for you, Virgo, there's going to be moments where information is thrown at you, facts are thrown at you, or you discover factual information to give confirmation to what your intuition has already told you. So remember, have a balance where you can trust your intuition straight off bat and know that because you're clear, because you have clarity, because you have alignment between the higher self and the lower self, the mind and the heart, because you have that alignment, you can trust your intuition and know that you're moving forward with good information and a good solid decision based off of that. Sometimes it's a little difficult for you to just go off of your intuition. You always need the facts to prove it, which is not bad. But sometimes certain situations, you don't have that in front of you, right? You don't have the luxury of having something in front of you which can prove what you're saying or what you're intuitively feeling is correct, is right. You just know you're right. So having that balance to know when you just need to trust your intuition and go for it, and when, okay, I need to take a step back and get the facts, get the data, right? To prove what, the decision I'm about to make is the best decision. Oh man. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs when it comes to finances. Your resources is going to feel like it's going to be depleted at one moment, and then boom, you're going to get a spike, which is great. When you have a spike, take more to set it aside in preparation for those times where it's going to go down, which is, it's going to happen for you. Especially until Saturn gets out of your 6th house, dealing with your work, dealing with the services you provide. It's going to create those delays. You're not going to be as it feels like it's not going to, it's just moments where it's going to go dip, and then it's going to raise up, and you're going to get a huge increase. So during times of increase, stack, save, prepare for the times where it's going to be lack. Okay. Trust your intuition and make all decisions with a clear mind. Have confidence in what you're doing now is going to be best for you in the future. And of course, I see some travel. There may be some delays in travel. Okay. So with Jupiter being conjunct Neptune on April 12th, this energy is not going to just stay during the month of April. It's going to move forward because Neptune is not leaving Pisces for quite some time. And Jupiter will leave Pisces and go into Aries. So that energy that they create is going to linger pretty much for the rest of the year. But it's going to be strongest when it happens. And of course, the first, 3 months following this conjunction, we're going to feel the heaviness of this particular conjunction, whether it be good or bad. It doesn't matter. The energy is going to be there. So, what does Virgo rising need to be consciously aware of during the month of April? And I say consciously aware because Pisces is the subconscious. It's the stuff that goes on in the hidden parts, the hidden realms of the mind. While Virgo is more of the conscious, practical intelligence of the mind. So with that happening, that's why I say, what does Virgo rising need to be consciously aware of in the month of April? What does Virgo rising need to be consciously aware of in the month of April? That's quite a few. I don't like taking so many, but you know what? I will. And on the bottom is the Empress. So some of you guys might be kind of fertile. About to expect some babies. Okay. Don't get too prideful. So quick to make decisions, or so quick to move on something that you get kind of caught up in the moment. So make sure to always lead with the wisdom that you have, right? Yeah, definitely the money is going to be in and out. So make sure that you're putting money aside. Your house, Yeah. Don't get too comfortable as far as where you're at right now in life, because you're moving towards something good. There's going to be a lot of good moments during the month of April, but don't get so wrapped in them that you forget about, you know, what you're moving forward into. Because there's going to be, like I said, moments of just bliss, and then moments of just like, oh man, it's a drought. And so in that, have that practical mind to say, I'm going to prepare for certain things when I'm having good time and good moments and everything is going well. That means, okay, I know a dip is about to happen. So I'm going to enjoy that moment, but I'm not going to be so wrapped up in that moment that I lose sight that, okay, a dip is about to happen and I need to be kind of preparing, I need to be preparing for that dip. Still enjoy the moment, but be preparing for that dip. Because it's going to happen. 5 of water and 6 of water, which is disappointment and happiness. A lot of water and then earth energy. So emotional dips up and down as well. So it's not just finances, but also in health and also with partnerships. Across the board, you're going to see some dips where it's like you might get caught up in how you enjoy seeing. Because I'm looking at this 4 of water. It has, I don't know if they're otters. I think they're otters. I don't know. But I know they're so cute, right? They're so cute. But those are some ferocious mammals right there. Okay? Don't get it twisted, right? So don't get so caught up in, oh, it's so cute, and this is, you know, oh, this is wonderful, this is great, and then forget the facts behind it, which is, no, those are ferocious, and if you better be looking around, making sure their babies aren't around, because you're gonna get beat up. And you know, they're nothing to be played with. Yeah, they're cute, but they're nothing to be played with. So it's one of those things where don't get caught up in those illusions. It's false. It's a false mask. Don't fall for it. This Mother of Earth, though, is, I know that it's depicting a pretty much a grandmother, but I'm feeling like grandmother, grandson, grandchild, and grandmother. But I don't know what that's saying. Spirit, somebody's grandmother. They need to be aware of. Anywho, I don't like getting caught up too much in side messages. Kind of want to keep it as general as possible. So those are the things you need to be consciously aware of during. Just make sure you hold yourself grounded in reality while you're experiencing these ups and downs, because you don't want to get too depressed during the downs. You don't want to get too filled up with, you know, oh, this is so great, that you get wrapped up in this illusion that's going to fade out eventually. Like being, you know, what is it called? It's not an oasis. Is it an oasis? You know, in the desert, no, it's not a facade. What is it called? When you're in the desert and you see something that's not really there, but you feel and you think that it's really there and it's not, and you go all the way there and you realize it wasn't there. You know the word, Virgo. Okay, so Jupiter always brings growth, expansion, further development in areas of our lives, as well as blessings. So what? Beautiful. A lot of strength coming your way. A lot of quick messages coming your way. I'm just going to just take that because I already know a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of information and messages coming their way during the month of April. During the month of April, what is Jupiter expanding or growing or further developing for Virgo rising during the month of April? What is Jupiter expanding, growing, further developing for Virgo rising during the month of April? April. Okay. It's on the bottom. Lovers is on the bottom. I was feeling that a lot. Like these unions, right? And that's great because lovers, pretty much is giving that 7th house energy. It's not just about romantic, but it's about any type of partnerships are coming together of differences that are really not that different. They're actually one and the same. They're just coming together and becoming one. So any partnerships that you have, it's going to be a lot of growth in those partnerships. Extreme growth. I mean, why not? Through your failures are actually going to be great because of these failures, it's going to lead you to a bigger, more sturdier path as far as your path of success in your work, the services that you provide the world, and in your relationships, which I feel like your relationships and your work are kind of interconnected in some type of way. You will be able to speak up for yourself and have confidence as you move forward because of the events in the luck that is coming your way. It's like you're going to be at the right place at the right time and able to make decisive decisions that are beneficial. All this newness that is being brought forth in your life, you have a lot of newness coming through. You have a lot of new beginnings. And because of these new beginnings, there are going to be some people who are cut out of your life for your betterment, right? I don't know. Is it the year of the tiger? I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever a zodiac sign is a tiger, you're going to have a great April and a great rest of the year. Side note. But anyways, a lot of people are going to get cut from your life in order for you to make this grand transformation in your life, in your relationships. So people who have been kind of like scheming on you, kind of like always picking at what's yours, you know? Like you get something and then they're over there ready to come in for the scraps. Like you can't have anything without somebody already at the door waiting to see what they can get out of you. So a lot of those people are going to get shut out and shut away from your life finally, and you'll be able to walk away from them without knowing that they're going to continue to try to leech off of you and always try to come and get your scraps. Like, like go get your own. Like go and hunt and get your own. So yeah, and really cold-hearted people are going to get the axe. So these relationships, they're going to see failure in these relationships, either by your doing, like either you're going to decisively say, you know what, we're going to cut this. And you're going to have the strength and the courage to do so. Or, you know, if you just not doing it and spirit is like, this needs to be done, you need to get these people out of your life in order to move forward on the right path, it's going to happen. So when it happens, don't resist it and don't try to fight against it because it's really for your good. So allow it to happen. A lot of beautiful relationships coming in. Like I said, old relationships might be getting cut out, a lot of them in fact, in order for these new ones to come in and really birth something good in you and in your life. That's beautiful. And I mean, that's beautiful. I don't even think we really need to even add anything more to that. Okay, Virgo, because I'm trying not to make these too long. What is the word of wisdom from the Holy Spirit for the sign of Virgo for the month of April? Holy Spirit, what is your word of wisdom for Virgo for the month of April? Just one card, that's all we need. What is your word of wisdom for Virgo for the month of April? Okay. Releasing allegiances. 10. I feel that. Because like I said already, you're going to get a lot of cutaways. A lot of cutaways are happening for you, Virgo, in which, you know, it's for your good. it's not healthy for you. These people have been getting on your nerves anyway. So, good riddance, you know? And it's all work related. Like, a lot of your partnerships seem to have a focus around your work, your job. So it's like they're one and the same. So when you cut one out, it's really going to benefit you financially and for your, your growth in your job. So 10. I'm going to read from the book for you. It is time to hold on to yourself and let go of another. Even if just for a time, you have gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life, which is everything that Jupiter, holds to. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new. New connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. Be first you. Trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression and into the world of lists, schedules, and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by connecting with your own nature in solitude. Perhaps you have been diving so deep into the creative waters that you have lost your bearings or your energetic connection to the earth, your own life, and your needs in the here and now. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. This is a time for self-love, for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding, and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inwards for a time, for some quality time with you. You will emerge renewed, refreshed, and clearer about your journey and your relationships as a result of this. Virgo, remember that the work you have been doing on yourself is working for you. And if you have not been doing the work, now is the time to get to work. Work on that health. Work on those goals that you had for your body. Work on those relationships that you want to rekindle or to set ablaze and say, we are done. For good, for you and me, for our health, right? Do what works best for you, Virgo. You know what doesn't, and you know what does. With that being said, I love you, Virgo. Until the next time, peace.